The heavens have opened by. Today I'm wearing this Atlético Nacional top, right, which is the top of one of the most popular and biggest teams in Colombia. Okay, we're founded in 1947 under a different name before later changing the name to Atlético Nacional. The green and white resembles like the colours of the region because we're surrounded by greenery everywhere, right? So the region's flag is green and white, and that's kind of what the club were founded on. So basically, football in Colombia had a rich tradition before the narcos got involved, before the narco drug traffickers got involved. But in the 70s and 80s, there's obviously the big cocaine boom, and football teams seemed like the perfect place for drug lords to launder their money, right? So like there was a famous drug lord had a team in Bogota. Pablo Escobar took over. Well, he put money into Atlético Nacional. The Cali cartel were involved in the Cali team. I believe one of Escobar's right hand men was involved in Independiente, which is who Atlético Nacional are playing today, right? It's the Medellín local derby. Basically, you know, many of these high-ranking narcos took power of football teams, took financial power of football teams to wash their money, but also a lot of them loved the game, right? Especially Escobar. He loved football. There's a great book that I've already mentioned called Narco Ball, and it basically talks about his kind of reign of terror, but also how much football was a part of it, okay, when it came to like Colombia's performances at the various World Cups and the Copa Americas, and especially how his beloved Atlético Nacional did in the Copa Libertadores. Though Escobar never took like an official position, he was heavily involved in the runnings of Atlético Nacional, okay? There's photos of him doing like keepy-ups before matches, okay? In the boxes, celebrating. Rumours across the 70s and 80s of attempted match fixing, threatening referees, threatening other teams, threatening other players, all this kind of stuff, right? But eventually, as we move towards the late 1980s, Atlético Nacional have produced and developed a very good team after like a few heartbreaks in the Copa Libertadores, which is essentially the South American version of the Champions League, right? After a few kind of heartbreaks in the later stages there, in 1989 they get to the final. It's a very bizarre thing that used to happen in the Copa Libertadores finals, where they'd play two legs in the final, right? So they'd play a home and an away leg, whereas now they obviously just play like the final at a neutral venue. But in 1989, before the match, Escobar had people threaten the referees, say, you know, you must give us the decisions or else, essentially. The game took place, and basically the refs didn't follow Escobar's orders, right? They reffed the game properly, and they reffed the game fairly, and there was actually even an instance where like they potentially went against Escobar in the match. The match eventually goes to penalties, and Atlético Nacional win on penalties nonetheless, okay? Goldsmith's book, he talks about how Escobar barely even enjoyed the victory after the penalty shootout because he was so livid that like a little old referee had betrayed him and not obeyed him, essentially. Several months after this, and it's hard to completely isolate exactly what caused this, but a referee was killed. A lot of people source it to this kind of match, and the Colombian football season was put on hold for a period of time. So much so that, you know, Atlético Nacional, the first Colombian team to ever win the Copa, are due to play AC Milan, right, the winners of the European version. And AC Milan send scouts out to see what they're up against, but the Colombian league is cancelled for the first half of the season, and there's no matches for them to watch, right? So, you know, we see this, you know, these European giants coming to prepare for the match, and they can't even watch because a referee's been killed. First part of the 1990s, Escobar reaches a kind of peak, and then his empire collapses. He's eventually killed on the rooftops in Medellín, and some people are very upset, some people celebrate, and the Cali cartel essentially take over. And, you know, just because Escobar's dead, this does not mean that there's like an absence of violence when it comes to football, right? So Atlético Nacional are struggling, but in 1994 there's maybe perhaps one of the most famous kind of footballing murders. A Colombian named Andrés Escobar scores an own goal, and he is killed, you know, a few weeks after the World Cup as Colombia crash out. And this is kind of one of the darkest periods of Colombian football, and it happens, you know, just months after Escobar is killed. Throughout the 1990s, the football in Colombia, the football system had to kind of become more professional. There's now like a big focus on, you know, promoting the youth, having kind of stable, professional, real finances, and it, you know, appears much more as like a normal South American or international football league. So much so that the focus is now on youth, and you know, Atlético Nacional actually won a Copa Libertadores in 2016. Kind of come full circle, and of course in 2014, after like many kind of heartbreaks, we saw Colombia do very well at the World Cup. We saw like people like James Rodriguez break out. We've got people like Luis Diaz now, and they play that kind of, you know, beautiful silky football. You know, it is kind of a success story after like loads of hardship in the 1990s. Like all Colombian or like all South American football leagues, the Colombian one makes zero sense for a European football fan. So basically there's an initial tournament, I believe, where every team in the league plays each other, and then the top 8 go into like a separate competition where they're split into 2 groups, I think, right? 2 groups of 4, and they play everyone home and away, and the 2 winners of the groups then play each other in a 2-legged final to decide the champion, right? So essentially coming first in the league is pretty irrelevant. Atlético Nacional are doing okay, but they're playing Medellín today, and they really need a win to be in a chance of coming in that first spot. So yeah, it's a big match, and we'll be heading to the north side of the city to watch, you know, Atlético Nacional. Ella's wearing like this kind of retro Colombian shirt. I'm not sure if it was like for an anniversary or something, but it's
kind of itchy.
It's cool, man. I like it. There's a black away one as well, so I don't know. Maybe like mind the Scotland done one for like the anniversary of the FA, so maybe it's that.
It's pretty cool.
I'm wearing this Nacional kit. I don't know when it's from. It looks pretty old though. It's sponsored by fucking Converse, mate. The fuel is up for some singing. Yeah, I would have thought so. ¿Qué pasa? No, gracias. Gringo. Yeah. I'm not American, lad. Mad cunts here in Colombia. So we're on the aguardiente. Ella's not drinking today though.
I am not drinking. Salud.
The heavens have opened by. Well, I asked, and he said it's up there on the right. But it could be literally there. Is that an option? What was the option there?
I don't know, I think it was like...
Right, so we're at the metro. So we'll cross through that way. No, todo bien. Todo bien, hombre. The shop.
What's up?
Kaufman. No, ya tenemos, gracias. Easy, no.
Gracias.
So we're at our part, walk past the ultras, got some Kaufman.
Those are crazy, man.
There was just a little, like, people sitting on the edge, they followed it. Game starts in about 15 minutes, so.
I'm not drinking.
It's beauty, man. It's like the Milan Stadium, right? So they both share home and away. But I've seen about 4 dims.
4 that I saw was those ones walking back. I've not seen any other ones.
They got a little umbrella up there, man. That must be a bar up there. Oh, that's the dims there. You can see their flags. So we're H Ahí. En este. Hablas inglés, ¿no?
A little bit.
Sí, muy bien, hablas muy bien.
Welcome.
Disculpe, amigo. Oh, it's these. Look at their outfits, mate. They're going mental over there, no?
The flags are crazy over there.
No one can see, but it's just like The Simpsons. Beer's gonna overflow.
They're at row.
Oh, fucking nigga, this man. That guy also sells beers and popcorn if anyone's watching. Anyone here can hear this or is watching. Alfredo Morelos from Rangers playing up top and he's a fat.
On my hands.
Everyone in their ponchos. Oh, you can definitely see that. Yeah. You're not drinking? Non-alcoholic. exhausted, man. Thoughts?
What, the game?
Yeah,
It was well fun. Glad it went.
it was crazy. A big fatty Alfredo scored.
Yeah, man. After you slugged him off.
He was terrible.
He's a hero, mate.
He is fat.
He's a hero.
He is a bit of a hero for them. 2-0 up, and they got a penalty in the last minute, which means I think Cali now needs to win 2-0 or more. So, a bit of a tall order, but we're going to try and find a pub to watch this.
What's that?
Right, so the way the league works is Barranquilla need to lose 2-0.
Yeah, so they've just scored to make it 1-0.
Yeah.
So
And we've got about half an hour left.
So what is it? If Barranquilla win 1-0, 2-0. Oh, gracias.
No, Barranquilla need to lose by 2 or more.
Lose
Gracias.
2-0. Then they go to the final.
Nacional to the final.
Time to get wet again.
So sorry, man. What's that you got there?
None of your business.
What is this? The Pride of Colombia.
Alright. They all say that, I think.
Barranquilla ended up winning 2-1.
Boo.
Scheiße. Look at that, man.
Vamos, 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 Nacional.
Nacional.
Vamos, vamos, vamos.
She's not drinking today.
I didn't drink.